totally going to do this over? Yes, I am. I try to take shortcuts, and then, yeah, that's what happens when you try to take shortcuts. So I have this scrap of fabric that I cut up from a blazer that I had because I was cleaning out my closet, and I thought, you know what? Let me repurpose it. It was too old to donate and to sell, so I figured let's do something with it. And I want to make a soft cover for these journals that I purchased on Amazon. I'm just going to give myself a little edge so I can slip in the actual journal. This is obviously a very simple design here, but I can also always decorate this. All right, I'm going to cut about here just so I can have that edge to fold over. And maybe I should be measuring, but yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to measure anything here. I'm going to cut off this bit again because it already has a seam and I don't want this to get chunky. I'm letting the lines guide me, so it's nice to have this pattern. Okay, let me bring you in. This is the same concept as if when you're making or when you're covering a book in school. Do you remember that? Having to cover your book. It's the same concept. So I'm going to use a glue gun. I don't want to sew anything, so I'm just going to use my glue gun. And you want to press and hold it, not mess with it. If you mess with it, it gets tacky. And then I'll do one bit at a time just so I don't get messy. I feel like when you want to rush things, it never works out. That's what I wanted to do before. I ended up scrapping it completely. The other piece is here. Oh no, it's over there somewhere. So I say, you know what, let me do this right. I'm not a person that rushes, so I don't know why I thought I should rush this. Take it very slow. Again, I followed this blue line here. The rain definitely came down in LA today. So there's nothing more cozy than doing crafts while it's raining. Yeah. I'm going to give this the slightest bit. I want it pretty snug in there. I don't want it to be too big. Leaving the ends like that just because I might cut it so it doesn't get too thick when I have to be folding things over. I'm not going quite on the edge because I want to fold that over. Honestly, I should have done that first, is clean up this edge here. You can always iron this at the end, that way it kind of stays flat here. Brought you out a little bit, so you're not so close. I'm just going to use this black line as my guide again, just to fold it over. I'm going to just bring that over. And now I have to glue this down. Really forgot I still had matcha left. Cheers. Here I go, thinking I was recording again. What is wrong with me? Okay, so what I was thinking is I have this that I cut off from the arm, and well, I'll cut it, but I want you to see the vision. I'm going to bring a strap here, place a button, and then this part of it will be able to close. So we have to do that now. Now I have a piece that's long enough for it to line up and long enough to be able to strap that boy in. First, I'm going to sew in the button to this piece. Cool. All right, let's get to the sewing part. Going to take some black thread here. Don't ask me how long it took to do that. A little too long. All right. Button is on, secure, exactly where I want it to be. And then now I will have to sew that so it doesn't come apart. I'm putting this flat because, again, I don't want any chunkiness. And again, I will just put it maybe underneath here. Again, flattening that glue. Now the reason I'm not doing all of it is I never know what's going to happen with this button, and if I want to change the button or I have to fix this in any way. I don't want the whole thing to just be completely down. But I will close this part. Again, flattening the glue. I have severe carpal tunnel, so I shouldn't even be working with my hands. And then I'm going to actually leave this as is, just so it isn't like, oop, just so it isn't too tight on itself. I have so many videos planned and story times. I don't know if you like tutorials or story times, because I definitely have a lot I want to share. And if I'm doing tutorials, then obviously the priority is to show you what I'm doing, not the story that I'm telling. And if you want some story times, let me know. Or if you like both, then I can do tutorials. Those can stay, and there'll be others where I'm just doing my thing. I don't know where I don't know where my lint roller is right now, so let's just MacGyver this really quick. Get all these little pieces of fabric off. I can put a pocket in here where I can put a pen. So actually, like, that works, right? That's actually kind of cute, because I created these in between and I only, I can do that. Or if I wanted, I can leave this and glue the bottom part. That way it stands in here like a little pencil holder. But I kind of just like that I can put my pen here. I'm honestly impressed. I love it. Now I have a cover for all of these journals, and I can carry this around with me everywhere. Anyway, thanks so much again. Hope you enjoyed. I will be back with another project. Bye.